Hi, this is Duchess Catherine. I go by Catherine, and I'm really burnt out today. I have been writing a paper since 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm just kinda done with it, and school in general. It's an economics paper. I'm really kinda sick of this, but anyway, I don't normally experience this until like the end of the 9 weeks, and this is week 3. And I don't think it's just this class. I think I'm kind of burnt out on this school or the subject matter. I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of burnt out. And it's not everything because I'm still super excited about all sorts of things. So it's not burnt out on life in general, it's burnt out on this specific subject. I'm just tired of school, and I don't know if it's maybe because I've been doing a business job that specifically required all of the business stuff to fall only on me and nobody else really was in charge of anything. And it's been like that for 6 months, so I'm doing that on top of actually taking classes for school. So I'm learning my school stuff, having to learn extra stuff to essentially put a business together. And if it was just like stressful, and then I'm on the last week of that job, and so there's even more stuff than normal that has to be done. I also have to find a job by the end of the, so I don't know if it's just like all the stuff that's coming up at once, or if I'm just really kind of blown out on the school. I mean, we do 9 weeks. I don't know. Like I said, not really sure if it's like that or the schedule, but like, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not the most cheerful video, but it's just, we've got 9 chaotic, really fast paced weeks that are filled with almost too much work. And normally I'm okay with it. I'm pretty good at keeping up with it. I can keep up with it. It's just that this one of my teachers has added extra stuff we have to do on top of the normal stuff that's a lot of stuff to do. And I don't know, maybe I'm just feeling the pressure, or maybe it's just because I feel like every time I get something done for this class, I fall even farther behind, which is so extremely frustrating because I'm like, I'm finally doing what I'm supposed to. I have been on time for things all week, and I knew I had to write this paper all day, and that was fine, but just, oh, it's just, mm. And it might also possibly be because this is going on a year now. It's January. I started last January. It's January again. Last January was the only time they gave me my funding that they were supposed to, and ever since then, it's been a constant fight, and I've never won on my side to get them to give me the loan money that is due to me because I use that loan money to help me pay the majority of the bills while I'm in school, so I am not completely overwhelmed trying to do a full-time job and a full-time master's program, because master's programs, as it turns out, and I should have expected this, but they require a lot more work and a lot more thinking and research and everything to go into everything you do for the classes. You can't just go in like you did during your bachelor's and your associate's degree and go, oh, hey, look, I found the answers. They were pretty simple to find. You don't get to just look for answers in a master's program. You have to look and analyze and put your own thought into things. And people don't think about it too much, but that requires a lot of thought and a lot of time to actually do that. Even if you're quick, like thinking things out, even if you're quick like me, where it's like, okay, I got this, I can analyze things pretty quickly in my head, but it's writing that out, and then getting all the proof together and copying and pasting and everything, and making sure all your references are correct and that you've done everything properly so somebody else can read it and understand it to the same degree that you understand it and are explaining to them. It takes a lot of time. Like I said, I've been doing this from 10 a.m. It is now just before 8 o'clock, and I took a break. I took an hour break earlier today, and it was about 20 minutes into this break, and that's it. And I don't know, maybe halfway done with the paper, and just, it's so much work to do. And again, it's fine. I don't not want to do the work. I went into these classes knowing they'd be a lot of work. And I still want to learn, I still want to earn my MBA, and I still want to get the education to run my own business. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the class structure that's really making me burned out. If it's these particular subjects, I'm in economics and information technologies, and I have no real interest in economics, and it's more math, which more than math than I expected it to be when I talked to my advisor. I told them that I was kind of burnt out on math because I had accounting and I'm really terrible at accounting. And then I had statistics for that, which was I was better at than I thought, but it's been like a really math heavy last 3 semesters, and I kind of needed a break, and I knew that. So I asked them, and they told me, no, it's not math heavy at all. And as it turns out, it's very math heavy. So that advisor was incorrect. And the information systems, while it's not math heavy, it's very, I want to say technical heavy, but that's not right. There's just a lot of I knew they were complicated. Information systems are very, very complicated, and not just on the IT side, like we kind of think about IT. Just in general, you use information systems every day, and that's great. It's just a lot of information, and so is every. I don't know. I'm sorry, I keep saying that, but I really just don't know what's going on with me right now. I'm just so burnt out. It's the only way I could think of. But anyway, uh, so I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if maybe I should consider transferring schools to maybe one that's more traditional, like USF is down by me, and USF has regular sessions where you have like a whole semester to learn a subject rather than the 9 weeks that we're doing it. But at the same time, I don't want to be in school forever. So maybe I need to talk to an advisor. And at this point, I don't even know how many of my classes were transferred over. And don't want to have to pay for classes I've already taken and then have to retake them because it drives me crazy. And it's the stupidest thing ever. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do as for that. But if anybody has any suggestions on what they do when they're either burnt out on something or what you think, suggestions of what you think I should do in this situation, I would be very, very happy to hear that. On the other hand, some other things, I have another video to do today. It's kind of like my own little break for the day. Um, I went to what was it called? It was called the Seminole Heights Japan Festival is the name of the event that I went to yesterday with my roommate and a couple other friends, and we met some other people there and stuff like that. And I'm going to do a short review on it. There's 2 reviews I want to do. One of them is just kind of a general overview on it, which I'll do tonight. And then hopefully this coming week, in the next couple of days, I want to do a more in-depth review where I actually get to, hopefully, cross my fingers if my computer will continue to work the way it has been, actually edit the video again, which is so kind of exciting. So I'm like, yay! But I want to talk about how the people who have run this particular event have handled their social media. Because they did a lot of stuff that I've seen before, and I have a lot of thoughts on that. And I know some of my friends who are on my friends list, actually on my Facebook friends list, have thoughts about it too. And it's come up with some people, so I'm kind of really looking forward to do that one, which is cool. Um, Another thing is I posted a series of pictures to a group on Facebook today, this morning, just after I woke up. And it was kind of funny because I don't usually ever get anything liked in that group, and this one has like 550 plus people. Like it's 550 and it keeps on going. It's counting, it's still counting, it keeps going up. It's a lot of people in one day to like something. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Like, it's funny because it's just a stupid series of pictures. It's funny, it's good, it's inspiring and whatnot, but it's like, I've posted other things in this group that are just as inspiring, just as interesting, and sometimes even more informational. And those get like nothing, but this one has gotten like over 550. And social media pretty much sums up social media for me. Um, I got my list for my witch studies, my solo witch studies. I got my list together, my personal list, and I'm really excited about it. I really like the list so far. I kind of had to stop adding stuff to it because I was like, I only have a year, and January's already gone, so I should definitely like limit this. But it was really great. I enjoyed it. I started putting it into a study plan, as in instead of just a list. Now I have like this is what months I'm gonna work on things, or at least what order. I started doing that, so I'm getting more and more excited about that. I'm also excited because I have a friend who's offered to help me out with a couple of learning a couple of specific ones, so that's really exciting for me. And one of the cool things is that we were talking about all this, and we got into a conversation about your Book of Shadows, which is where a lot of witches like keep track of different things. And I had mentioned I was going to use it in one way, and they're like, well, you could do that because you can use your book of shadows however you like. But they were like, oh, this is just how I do it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of a good idea too. And then we talked a little bit more about it, and so I have a better idea now of what I want to put in my book of shadows versus what I want to put in just like binders of study information. Like I have one that's about this thick from my first year studies, and I know I'm gonna have a couple of different ones. So that was actually really helpful, and it's gonna help me be more organized throughout the year. So that was really cool. Um, and what else? Um, my roommate's awesome because they brought me an eclair and hot chocolate this morning. But they're generally pretty awesome. I've been rearranging my room. Actually, that's been really great. I've enjoyed that. In order to manage my stress, sometimes I rearrange my room or I do other things. I started working on my numerology. That was a way to kind of de stress from some of the stupid stuff going on at school and dealing with the fact that I'm leaving my job and I don't have another job yet, which I normally do when I leave one job for another. Um, but I started rearranging my room. I like in the way it's worked, although it's kind of odd because currently I have like I don't want to show you. Okay, so let's just say that that part of the room is decorated over there, and this part of the room is decorated, and that's semi done, and then that part over there has nothing. There's like nothing over there, and that's where I sleep. And normally, where I sleep has like a lot of stuff around it, so it's a little bit odd for me. But at the same time, it's like yay because I have a whole more things over there that I can do. One of the problems is I'm really short, can't reach everything I need to. So this is getting very long. I apologize for the length. Again, if anybody has any suggestions of what they do when they get burnout, and that reflection is my laptop, sorry, of what they do when they get burnout, or what you think I should do kind of maybe about my burnout situation, please let me know either on Facebook or in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to giving you probably a much briefer review than this, but I needed this. I needed to talk about it. I needed to let it out. So, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.